grand opening, grand closing. Welcome, my friends, my family, my fellow gamers. Your only friend these YouTube streets, ProDeRock77, back at you with another video. Right here, we're going to talk about a couple of topics across gaming, PlayStation, Xbox, PC. But specifically, let's start out with Clear Obscure Expedition 33. Right now, it's sitting at a high Metacritic. It broke the 90s. Right now on PlayStation is at 92. On Xbox PC is like 95. Made by a small development studio. This RPG, with its critically acclaimed review, is really performing above expectations in terms of reception, how well it is. I think it's a good calling of what can be done with small studios on a smaller budget. It's a surprise hit, and then even though all the talk so far has been about Oblivion remaster, I think this game is gonna come out doing fine. Yesterday on the podcast, I just brought up the question of, with Oblivion remake, could it potentially have taken sales away from this game? Take away a little bit of shine. But this game, as you can see now, of course, some people don't listen to Meta and stuff like that, but I think we call that Meta does have an influence, right? Whether you agree with it or not. I know some people absolutely disagree of Metacritic, or any review site having that much influence. It should ultimately come down to the gamer. If you like it, play it, ignore everything else. But that's just not how the world works. There is a huge influence of Meta. The industry has talked about it. Some developers got bonuses for having a score higher than 85. So Meta does have a huge influence, where we don't like it or not, whether we like it or not. But I think when a game does have a great meta score, and it helps a small development studio get out there, then it is what it is in terms of the influence of meta. We're just glad that Expedition 33 high meta score. Hopefully this spells well. Hopefully this translates into sales. Hopefully this does garner attention for more gamers, and the gamers that want to buy it actually do buy it, and gamers that aren't interested or weren't interested in the game now may end up and be like, you know what? Let me cop it and stuff. And then for those of you on Game Pass who have Game Pass and weren't interested in, hopefully this makes you now put in some time to enjoy the game on Game Pass. The next thing I want to talk about is Assassin's Creed, right? So, Circana NPD came out, and we'll just talk about March's top 20 best-selling games for March 2025. And as you can see, Assassin's Creed Shadow is number one. So much for the anti-woke crowd trying to tarnish this game. It's very successful. It's up there. Apparently, it's like the number two best-selling game of the year too. So it's done very well. Hopefully, this kind of guides Ubisoft into what direction they should go to get things back on track with their single player experiences and stuff. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe less reliance on live service game. Hopefully they could bring back things like Splinter Cell and stuff. So we'll see. But congratulations, Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm looking forward to playing that too. That's definitely on my list. Some surprise things. MLB The Show is number two. And what's unique about this year is this is the first time this year, for when the gen started, that it is not on Game Pass. So now, across PC, I mean not PC because it's not on PC, but across PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch, you have to buy the game, right? So there's no option to play it on a subscription service. I don't know if that impacted, impacted Xbox, or there less people playing it. Did it increase sales? We have no data on that. And then just going through some of the games, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 down at 6. I think that's a little surprising. Normally, Call of Duty has the legs to be at least top 3, at least top 5. Maybe I'm just remembering things wrong, right? Something that is surprising, Red Dead Redemption 2 bumped up to 14. Is there something that happened? Maybe a PC sale? I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to that, but that's pretty interesting. Red Dead Redemption 2 ended up on the list. Of course, you got Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster as 18, so that made the chart in the US. That's pretty interesting. I'm planning to get that too and play that. Great homage to the classic. Wondering about that. And then, of course, Marvel Spider-Man 2 is still on the chart. A game that's like 2 years old already, over 2 years old, still charting. That's good stuff, So that's covering down a little bit on that. Good news for PlayStation. I'm gonna show you this video. and let it do its thing.
The beloved PlayStation 30th anniversary customizations return in a new PS5 system software update. Get ready to relive the nostalgia with classic designs for the PS5 UI, honouring the iconic PlayStation, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation 4 consoles. This feature, called Appearance, can be accessed under the settings menu. Just head to System, Appearance, Appearance and Sound to bring back that retro look and feel. Head to PlayStation blog to read more. The beloved
And it is back after high demand. So when PlayStation had their 30th anniversary edition, they had these same appearances where you could change the look of the UI based on, the legacy systems, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, 3, and 4, right? PlayStation 4 is not too legacy, right? It was very popular, but it was limited. It was for a limited time. And many gamers on PlayStation was like, why? Like, why are you just going to take away? You put in the work. It clearly works. It doesn't take up extra resources, right? Why you just leave it there? But they ended up taking it away, as what they said. But I guess due to high demand for gamers, and it just didn't make sense, PlayStation brought it back. So on the next update, it will be back and it's staying there. So you can enjoy the UI functionality with the sounds and the effects of whichever legacy PlayStation platforms back. So that's a good thing. I was using the PlayStation 2. It's just, I don't know why. I was just very partial to that one. It's just something about it that I enjoyed, But some people had different ones. Some people love the PS3. But whatever it is now back and you get to use it. And that's absolutely a great thing, right? I don't think it ever should have left. Now, here's the big news and the final news. Sony finally announced the date for Ghost of Tsushima. Let's check this little quick trailer out.
Who are you?
A wandering spirit seeking vengeance. The snake. The Oni. The kitsune. The spider. The dragon. Lord Saito. I have to go home. Back where all this started.
Oh yeah. October 2nd. We'll finally launch Ghost of Yotei. That is, did I say Ghost of Tsushima? No, it's Ghost of Yotei, right? And not only that, for those interested, you will see this is the collector's edition with the physical items. But sadly, this physical edition comes with the digital code and not the physical disc. Sadly. Now, why would they do that? I'm only going to assume is because this allows both people who have digital only platforms to also buy the collector's edition, right? And I don't think they want to split the collector's edition between, all right, some of these are physical discs, some of these are digital code. So they just add the digital code to all of them to simplify the logistics behind it. And I know some people, the physical disc collectors, are very upset and tired of not getting the actual physical disc in part of their collector's edition. But I think it's only because of the logistics of what is the easiest method for both PlayStation holders, right? The digital and the physical edition. And this is the answer that caters to both, but this specifically doesn't appease the physical disc owners, right? So that's just it. But this is it. We got the announcement. Ghost of Yotei, October 2nd, right? And in between, I'm going to say this. I'm doing a shameless plug. Lost Soul Aside in May. Death Stranding in June. So a lot of games. Just a lot of content across the board. And if you're a PS5 Pro owner, a little bit of extra special stuff for us, right? We're going to enjoy. But hey, for those who own the PS5, it is a great console, right? The best console this gen overall. Is fantastic. It's just a great year, right? But anyway, this is what I just want to bring this up, bring this to your attention. I hope this is some good news that will help you keep on, just keeping you in the know. Anyway, check out my podcast. If you're new to the channel, 60 frames no lag, check it out. We had it yesterday, great conversation, great topics with the crew, and stay tuned this Friday for my Friday night live. Still working on the special guest, but if not, you at least have me. 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Pacific. But, you know, stick around. Check out more content. And don't forget to like and subscribe, especially if you're new to the channel. Subscribe. Get more content, you know, consistent content, consistent great stuff. And I appreciate you guys for checking out. Your only friend is YouTube Streets, Porter Rock 77. And I'll see you soon, especially Friday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 p.m. Pacific. And I'm out of here. Peace. Grand opening, grand closing.